Hello, everyone. This is Denise Meredith here. Welcome to the WBC's Game Changer podcast. There have been some distractions, obviously, that interrupted our broadcast this year, and we've all been impacted economically, socially, or emotionally by COVID-19. But I want to send my special condolences to everyone in the audience who has actually lost someone to the virus. We are honored today to have a very, very special guest, a very, very busy man who is I imagine he's in New York City, but we can talk about that. I don't know where he is right now, but who has taken the time to share his business thoughts and advice. And Ziad K. Abdelnour, welcome to the WBCs.
Nice to have me, Denise. Thank you.
Just like the Marvel comic books, our podcasts always start with an origin story. Because personally, I think that what people become usually, but not always, starts with where they began. So please fill in our listeners in on where you were born, how you grew up, about your family, and where you went to school.
I was born in Lebanon, Beirut. My father Lebanese, my mother is Italian. I lived there till 75, till the beginning of the Civil War. Then we moved to Europe. My family and I and my father, brothers, everything. Did my education there, grammar school, high school, etc. Came to the United States in 1982. I remember February 1982. And the flight number I came off, funny, Air France 007.
That was a clue.
I'm telling you, that was a clue. Exactly. I still vividly remember that. 007 is coming to New York City.
That's great. That's great.
Yeah. And since then, I've been living here, I didn't live all the time in New York City. I lived 6 years in California.
Okay.
I used to work for Drexel Burnham, Michael Milken. I lived 2 years in Philadelphia. I get my MBA from the Wharton School of Finance. The rest, mostly in New York, but I travel a lot all over the world, Europe, Asia, Middle East, US, etc. I came under special circumstances because I wanted to marry this woman I fell in love with. I was really young when I came to the United States. I told my dad I want to marry her. He told me if you marry her, he was thinking about an arranged marriage, then.
Okay, wow.
Told me if you marry her, I'm going to disinherit you. I told him, fine, you can keep all your money. I'm going to make more money than you ever made. That was, for me, an incentive to come to the US.
Wow.
So I had a burning desire to make it big time. Especially that I was born in a very privileged environment. So I went from being driven in Rolls Royce to taking the subway.
That was traumatic, I assure you.
Talking about an adjustment. But when you have a background, and I went into Europe when I was there, into very privileged schools, etc. Anyway, I was born very privileged. I decided to take a decision on my own. It cost me a lot. I don't regret anything. It brought this desire, this burning desire in me.
Okay.
Either I'm going to put New York at its feet, or because I'm not going to accept defeat. I'm not going to go back asking him for anything.
All right.
I was too proud of that. So I was absolutely fearless, determined to win, not at any cost. I would not cheat, lie, anything, but determined to win. And that's it. Forward 30 years after that, I have financed over 125 companies, $20 billion. I wrote 2 books so far. People couldn't pronounce my name when I was here. Now they read my books, talking about fucking revenge.
Exactly.
That's how you know what? They say the best revenge is obscene wealth.
I agree.
Money is not about acquiring things and flaunting it. Oh, I drive a Ferrari. I have this house. This is bullshit. Money is about freedom. For me, it's about freedom. For me, it was freedom to basically become independent from anyone, to tell my family or anybody, I don't need them, not to work for any boss, for any president, to have enough fuck you money to be able to tell anyone fuck you.
That's fine. I agree with that.
This is what drives me. This is what money for me is about freedom. And there's nothing more important than freedom.
Yeah, I think, well,
They
Blackhawk.
need the government handouts. This is not freedom. You're enslaving yourself to a corporation, to the government, to this and that. It's all about freedom. I follow the Ayn Rand philosophy. You know, individualism, objectivism, capitalism. I'm a radical capitalist. I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Republican. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a capitalist. I'm here to create obscene wealth and to empower people to do the same. What do I want my legacy to be? I want to create as many millionaires and billionaires as possible to give them that power and that freedom to become game changers. That's the ultimate power. It's not having a seat in Congress, in this pathetic Congress. That's not it. To empower people. Success is about empowerment.
That's great. Robert Kiyosaki was one of my early clients, of course, before he became super famous. He didn't need me anymore, but I learned a lot from him about that independence, the importance of independence. And one of the problems in this country is people aren't encouraged to be independent. They're not taught how to be independent. They're pretty much raised to be worker bees. So I pretty much...
You know the problem, Denise, the problem is that you're always brainstormed to conform. You're born, you have to conform to what your parents have to say. You go to school, you have to conform to what your principal have to say. You go to college, you have to conform and be nice to your peers to be popular and to get to be the head of the fraternity. You go to work, you have to conform to what your boss have to say. Everything in life is conformed. Now you've reached 56 years old. You've conformed all your life. You were never yourself. You never made any money. And now you're a pathetic old guy who wants to rely on Social Security and the government to help you out. What a pathetic life, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And though look at those guys who rebelled from the beginning. You see, there's two kinds of rebels. There's rebel with a cause and rebel without a cause. The rebel without a cause self-implode. They go nowhere. They're finished. The rebels with a cause, they are lethal. Lethal. They know exactly where they want to be. They put all their efforts, their discipline, build their network to get there. This is the Steve Jobs, Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg type, who told Harvard, fuck you, I don't need you. I want to be a billionaire. I'm not going to go into your mold, the corporate guy who works for a big company, graduate from Harvard Business School. These are the people who change the world. These are the game changers. This is the people I like to mentor, empower, and my kind of people.
That's awesome. I feel the same way about that. You started to allude a little bit to it, your many lives. You're Wall Street financier, a lobbyist, or you were in there oil and gas trading. I have a lot of oil and gas, minerals management in my background. Philanthropist, you have Blackhawk Partners. I often tell executives the biggest challenge is managing their calendar. How do you handle time management? How do you handle all of these obligations?
Number one, I delegate a lot. And if people do well, I promote them. If they don't, they're fired. You can make mistake only once. You cannot make the same mistake twice. I'm absolutely ruthless in that. I give responsibility. I'm extremely organized. Start my day at 5 a.m., finished at 9 p.m. But it's fun for me. When people tell me, when are you going to retire, Ziad? I tell them, retire from what? I'm having a blast. Retire, go to Florida, wear my pink hat, yellow shirt, green tie, and play golf all day long. What a boring, pathetic life.
Well, that leads me actually to my next question, because I believe in playing as hard as you work. And it's been challenging. It's been challenging, of course, the last month to do much of that. But what do you like to do for fun? You say the job is fun.
I mean, look, I do lots of things. I'm a skier. I
Okay.
ski. I'm an intense skier. I play golf. I play tennis. I ski. I do a lot of public speaking, a lot of events, nationwide, worldwide. I write books. I just finished one. Coming late May. The book is called Startup Saboteurs: How Ego, Incompetence, and Small Thinking Prevent Wealth Creation.
We have a lot of that going on.
Yep, exactly,
How,
exactly, Denise, exactly.
how will
So,
people be able to get your book? Is it going to be on Amazon or?
yeah, and it's on Amazon.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Startup Saboteurs. Or you can type my name, Ziad K. Abdelnour. You can read also my last book, Economic Warfare, which came out in 2012, and now Startup Saboteurs. It's already on Amazon. You can order it, and it will be available in bookstore release on May 26th of this year, 2020.
Okay. Make sure people know about that.
So between all these activities, physical, intellectual, everything keeps me busy.
That's, I guess so. When I heard you speak to our friends at Alliances a few weeks ago, you did a great job of summarizing what qualities it takes to be a good leader, and leadership is my forte. Can you discuss some of those with my group here?
Ask me any question you want.
What kind of qualities does it take to be a good leader? You mentioned 3 in particular to the
Yes.
group Alliances.
Oh, you remember? Yes.
I do. I wrote them down.
Love it. Okay. 3 qualities that are the most important. Doesn't matter where you come from, your origin, your background, your color, your gender, your everything. All this stuff doesn't matter. What matters is 3 things I look for when doing business with people, when dealing with people. Number 1, guts. I need to deal with people who have big, excuse my French, big brass balls, big,
Okay.
a lot of guts.
Okay.
These are the people who make things happen. When I have a problem, I don't want people to tell me, it's okay, Ziad, it's going to be okay. No. I want people to push me to tell me, wake the fuck up and do it. I know you.
Okay.
That's the kind of, And this is what I do to my friend. I don't console them. Oh, it's okay, play the victim, play the poor guy. I hate
Not consoler in chief.
I hate the pity. I hate the victimology. I hate all this stuff. Okay. Oh, it's not in my power. It's in God's power. God has nothing to do with it. I'm a Catholic. I love Jesus. I love God, but He has nothing to do in my future. It's all in my hands. So all these guys who rely on some outside force that's going to come and help them, bullshit. So guts. 2, brains. Look, it's very different. A lot of people really don't have any common sense. They may be smart, but there's no common sense. A lot of people have lost the common sense, and they're drowned with all the bullshit out there. They don't think for themselves. They don't do their work. They don't do their due diligence. And, there's book smart and there's street smart. You have to have both. And 3, the third thing, heart, compassion. If you have heart, you have compassion, you feel with people. A lot of people today have lost this. They've turned into robots. Everybody wants to screw the other. It's a me. This doesn't work. It's not going to lead you very far. You're going to create more enemies than friends and supporters. I always think about empowering the others first. It will come back to me. They will come back to me. They will help me if I need them, but I'm not looking for anything in return. So, look, there are a lot of things, relentlessness, being fierce, being obstinate. If you're going through hell, keep going. As Churchill used to say, don't give up. Nobody is going to give you anything in this world. You're going to have to go and grab it by yourself. Nobody gives you power. Nobody gives you money. Nobody cares. You have to make yourself relevant. More than that, you have to make yourself dangerous in a good way. I don't care. I don't give a hoot if people love me or hate me. Because even the guys who hate me, once they get to know me really well, they're going to love me. I can turn them into love. The worst, you know what, Denise, is indifference.
I agree.
When people are indifferent to you, I'm never going to be indifferent in your dictionary. I'm going to go under your skin and piss you off like hell, and I'm going to get your attention. That's what matters. I like people like this, people who know what they want, who are here to make a difference. We come on this planet to make a fucking difference, not to live, calmly, and then that shit expire, and conform. And it's like you never lived. Leave a mark, leave a trace, do good. Do good. People love this. I strongly believe in that.
It's great advice. So often people do the first two and I forget about that third one. So that's why I was very...
Well, a lot of people will say, I guess a lot of people tell me, oh, one man cannot make a difference. Bullshit. One man can change the whole world for decades, generations, etc.
That's good. The WBCs, our group, is made up of C-suite executives, a wide variety of industries. They're a very optimistic, ambitious group. And right now, we're probably busy plotting now what they're going to do when the lockdown ends.
Yes. I don't want to brag about it. The market, there was a lockdown virus. The market went down from 30 to 20. I went and shorted the market.
Yeah.
So. What? I'm not allowed to make money? This is stupidity. I'm going to cry because of that. I went and made a huge bet and shorted the market. Well, I'm going to be apologizing because I made money? Screw you. Yeah. I was smart about it. That's it. Look.
Well, I lost about, let's say, 20% this year, but it goes up and down. I had made quite a bit the past 10 years, so I'm not going to complain about it. Yeah. What advice do you have? So I have, my folks are sitting in their little dungeons. What advice do you have for them and what they
at the end of the day, I learned not to get pissed off of things that are not under my control.
Okay.
I get pissed off of things that are under my control and I cannot do anything about it, or I don't do anything about it. This is it. There's no need to get pissed off because it's raining and you don't like that, because of the market, because of the virus. You can't do it. So just live with it. Seize it, opportunity. Try to maximize, use your time appropriately. Read, learn, reset, make money, find ways. There's again, we come back to the same point. All those victims, all those people who play like, oh my God, I'm suicidal. Oh my God, I feel bad. There's not. These guys will never go anywhere in life. Never.
That's great. Well, we really appreciate your time. Tell us again the name of your two books that people can get on Amazon.
Yes, thank you. First one, published in 2012, is called Economic Warfare: Secrets of Wealth Creation in the Age of Uncertainty. Just keep it Economic Warfare. It's a long subtitle.
Okay.
Economic Warfare. The second one to be released in May 2020, end of the month, next month, is Startup Saboteurs: How Ego and Small Thinking Prevent Wealth Creation. What I tell people in this book, how to create obscene. You build a business, fund a business, scale a business, negotiate a deal, exit the business, make a killing. And I give live examples of 6 companies I invested into. Some of them I lost money and why, and others were a home run and why, to explain the process. It's very, very different than any venture capital private equity group you read, because, I'm not an academic, I'm not a professor, I'm not an economist, I'm a businessman, 30 years of Wall Street experience. So I'm sharing with you from the trenches what worked, what doesn't work, and why. I have a reviewer who read the book. I gave him the book on a Sunday, Denise, I told him, give me your opinion. I value your opinion. He came back to me on a Wednesday. I told him, what, you read the book already? He told me, I read it twice. I told him, wow. So what do you think? He told me, Ziad, literally, he told me, Ziad, you're a dangerous man. If I sign a review on this book, nobody will ever hire me on Wall Street.
Oh.
because what you say is so revolutionary,
Okay.
that it's like you're in the mafia and you broke the code of silence. You cannot break the code of silence with the mafia. They'll kill you,
Right.
literally. He told me, you broke a code of silence about how to fund these deals, how VCs think, how you negotiate the deal. This stuff that you said, a lot of people, and I told them that's exactly what I want to do. Say these things, share these secrets with people. This is going to help the generation. I'm not going to write a book on some boring VC and trends and future forecast bullshit. Nobody can read the future. I'm telling you exactly how you fund your business, how you access capital, how you scale a business, how you build it into $1 billion company, and what does it take in detail. This is pure economic empowerment, not 1 ounce of bullshit. You see, I have all these people, Tony Robbins, Grant Cardone, Dan Lok. They are in the business of marketing themselves. They are marketing geniuses. But what have we done? Oh, I'm here to inspire people, motivate people. This is all fucking bullshit. You have no skill. Your skill is to how to market, inspire, motivate, and make people feel good. My job in this book is not to make you feel good. It's to wake you up, you idiot, from all this and realize what's at stake and why you're doing it wrong. It's tough love. People who read this book, you're going to say, my God, what is this? I've never heard it. I'm not here to make anybody feel good, but to wake you up. It's a rude awakening. And this is why this guy told me, if I sign this, meaning I will never have it. It's true. All this mystique of Wall Street, of venture capital industry, private equity, it's all bullshit. I take out everything. I peel every part of the onion. This is who they are. This is how they think. This is how the business is done. Wake the fuck up. What I call it is a financial swamp. Today there is a financial swamp, like the political swamp, with Trump and the establishment. There's a financial swamp. There's 30 million private companies in the US. Okay, less percent is funded by venture capitalists. There is a reason for that. There's a huge disconnect. Why entrepreneurs are not accessing capital, and why these obnoxious egomaniac VCs from Silicon Valley are not funding enough companies. And this is what I come right in the middle here, and I break all the logjam. You want to go from, that's exactly what's happened. You want to go from 1-2% being access to capital to 50%? Follow my path. This is how you tell the VCs, wake the fuck up, and the entrepreneurs also wake the fuck up. I'm here, I see myself as a catalyst all my life. I don't want to break the boat. I don't want to rock the boat. I want to break the fucking boat and build a new one. This is the model. I'm not taking anything at face value from the establishment, from the people in power. I challenge the establishment all my life, starting with my father, my own blood. If I challenge people of my own blood, I can challenge anyone.
That's great. Well, that's why we invited you to be on Game Changers. You symbolize everything that we're about here. We want to change things for the better. I had a
absolutely. And it all starts with people, Denise.
Yeah, I had one person that didn't join up. He said I was too negative because I wanted to change things. And I thought, well, I guess you're not going to be...
It starts always by changing yourself.
Right.
It starts always by changing yourself.
Exactly.
You know what? Einstein is saying insanity is doing the same thing over and over and again, expecting different results. Right. People want to change the world, but they cannot change themselves. It doesn't work like this. You have to go through the very difficult thing. You have to accept the very difficult thing. Growing pains. You have to feel the pain. You have to feel the thing. change yourself and you will change everything around you. And be versatile about it. A lot of people don't. They're very fixed. They have a certain set of things in their mind because this is what their father told them or what their family told them or what their community told them. The people who really made it big time went outside the box. Not even that. It's like there is no box and go there. They went like if there is no box.
That is great. I may steal that from you. I like that imagery because I hate people keep saying that. Get outside the box. That doesn't make any sense to me.
There's no box. I can give you an example, funny story. When people tell me, Ziad, where do you come from? I tell them, I come from Mars. Why do I say this? I'll tell you why. Because in America, unfortunately, it's all stereotypes. So they want to put you in a box.
Right.
If I told them I come from this country, they'll put you in that box.
Yeah.
Then they look at my name, they ask me, are you Christian or Muslim? I told them I'm a Martian. I'm a Christian. You know what? Because I want to put them off balance.
Right.
You're not going to put me in a box, you idiot.
Right.
But basically the way my name is, etc., or how I look, you're going to put me in a box. I'm not going to let you put me in a box. This is the difference in thinking between the real mavericks and the normal people who think they have to answer the question to be polite. Fuck politeness.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot answer his question to that because his intent. The first two things any American will ask you, and I noticed this: what do you do? Where do you come from? Etc. None of your fucking business.
Yeah. Well,
let's get to know each other first before you ask me these questions. What do you do? Now you tell me I'm paranoid. No, I'm not paranoid. I know human nature very well. I know how they think. It's all a power game. It's all about fucking power.
And stereotypes have really held up our progress here in the United States. So.
Exactly. And you know what? But you know what? There is a lot of people who accept the stereotype, who accept to play the thing, fall into that. Okay. You don't have to. And who the fuck is he to ask me this question?
Yeah.
If you start challenging things like this, you will really take control of your life and your discussions. Because it's all about power. Even a discussion, a simple discussion, everyone wants to impose his point of view. The people who listen, the people who don't play in their backyard, are the guys who win. It's a whole art. It's not like, and the same thing in finance. It's all about the deals you negotiate. I really know how to negotiate, but as I learned it over the years, nobody told me that. Nobody teaches you how to negotiate. You really have to make a lot of mistakes to learn that. No business book, nothing, no Wharton Harvard degree will teach you that. They'll teach you the basic stuff and how to comply. You have to take this stuff and use this ammunitions. It's all about, finance is not about knowledge of finance, it's about psychology. Deal making is about psychology. The best negotiator, the best deal makers are the guys who can best negotiate. Having the tools, knowing the tools. And a lot of people don't know how to negotiate. And they don't really know how the power game is played. I can talk for hours about that.
Well, we appreciate you taking this much time because I know you have a million things to do. Yep. Even though it seems like you're sitting there quietly in your room, but I know you're not. I know you're busy. So really, I'm really looking forward to reading your book. I think we all are here. I really wish you the best, continued success. Stay well. It's sort of dangerous up there in New York at the moment, but I hope you have a chance to come visit us here in Arizona.
Thank you, Denise. Hope to see you soon in Arizona.
Okay, take care.